Let's hope that Mast takes these findings seriously.
Have a good one.
Please stand back. This unit is on patrol.
I had a friend. He caught some weird alien virus. Wound up in the clinic for...
If you ask me,
It's nothing
always
wrong.
a good time for
Take
a
it from an
terror brew.
old man. Everything is precious. Ah, wonderful. I knew George would make the exchange. He could never resist foodware from Earth. You've done me a great service today, friend. Thank you. Take care.
I'm honestly just appalled that anyone would do that. In public, no less.
I'm embarrassed that I wasn't there.
You're back! What do you say? Will you take me with you? Aye aye, Captain. Thanks! Thanks for giving me a chance, Captain.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. You did, huh? Gotta admit, I was against the sign at first. Felt cheesy, you know? Like we're hiring a dishwasher or one of those dancing clowns. But here you are. Can't argue with effectiveness, and if nothing else. But we're not. Long story. And need some help. Well, first things first. It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer.
Well, your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security.
You know, Mast, the military headquarters of the entire United Colonies.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of... Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Jumping from such a height is dangerous for your endoskeleton.
The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis. I hope you're not here to report something. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver. Good luck with the mission.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay. No bounty.
Problem with the company is you always have to perform. And I don't mean work. I mean, it's a performance. Like,
How's the investigation? Still have questions? Go ahead and ask. Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. Ah, if it isn't my... Yeah, we all got friends who need things. But we've also got rules and regulations, and I'm not going to bend them. Your friend can file a request like everyone else. I've got nothing at the moment. Take care.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Kadri, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Kadri?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us. Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal, another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. So come find me when you're ready. You and I are going... And here, I think you've earned... In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head. hope you're still glad you joined Constellation, Noel.
Absolutely.
I hope
Sarah.
you are
I
satisfied
never
with
regretted
the
it.
quarters available to you.
You've been an invaluable asset to the group, Noel. Just wanted to make sure you didn't regret it.
It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you, and for Constellation, I'd have no idea that any of this was going on.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does.
I hope you're still glad you joined Constellation, Noel.
It's a dream come true, Sarah.
Well, I suppose
You
that
know
station
that.
in orbit has more than
glad to hear
paid
it.
for itself.
You
at
could have
this
done
point.
just about anything. So, it's important to me that you feel valued here.
It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you,
I feel like I've been waiting my whole
I
life
have
for
no
this.
idea that any of this was
Constellation, the artifacts. That doesn't sound crazy, does it?
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, it's clearly money well spent. Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line. We can't always continue this some other time? I'm not getting any younger here. I do have other things that require my attention, you know. I'm not getting any younger here. We can always continue this some other time. I do have other things that require my attention, you know. We can always continue this some other time. I'm not getting any younger here. I do have other things that require my attention, you know. I do have other things that require my attention, you know. Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard. Yes, well, a stocked bar is a treat I think Constellation can afford. For now. But if you clean us out, you're on your own. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need. We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days. Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you? Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years. Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else. Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here. Goodbye.
ask if you've got questions. Speak up if you have ideas. We're all here for the same reason. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us. This is
you don't have to answer this, but
kinda awkward.
I was wondering something. You don't seem to spend much time at home. How is that not a problem for your wife?
Ah, yes, well. My wife and I have something of an understanding. I have been informed that when I am home, I remain preoccupied with Constellation's work, which renders me cantankerous. My darling Issa has concluded that it is in both of our best interests if I can spend my time working from the lodge as often as possible.
Okay then. I guess if you're both okay with it.
I didn't lose you, did I? You okay? You okay? This is kinda awkward. Second one was on Kazal. Buried, the same as the one you found.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits. It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. Take care of yourself. You're doing great out there.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is...
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us. Of course, there's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet. Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something, an energy surge, some other phenomenon. Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. It's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right? Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this. Well, right now, nothing's off the table. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come. There's a galaxy chock full of resources. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be Stay safe, okay?
Yeah? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together. Jumping to anthropology on me already? Oh, well, good. We all need our own reasons to be out there. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle it. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we... We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is there. I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you... Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this.
I am at your service, Captain.
We need to talk to John Tuala.
in mast. I'd be happy to carry a few. Maybe another time. You have a death wish or something?
So I got some last spacer shit, but then I realized my tank sprung a leak. I'm stuck. It's the only place close.
By the way, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Apparently, he's got some work.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol System? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. Sol System has a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh. It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. Hey, Sarah's friend. Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell, we've even been asked to help take on the occasional terror, and sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for wherever the UC needs. Well, other than becoming a member of the greatest faction in the galaxy, you'd get access to discounted services on any UC world. You'd even be able to buy property right here in New Atlantis. Citizenship unlocks it all. And signing up for the Vanguard. Well, all right. Take the elevator down to the Vanguard Orientation Hall. You can get started at any of the registration terminals. The system will walk you through the rest. And if you've got any questions,
If you don't have official business, we ask you remain in the lobby.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more: independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade. The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day. Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Va'ruun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Va'ruun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Va'ruun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Va'ruun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space. Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures. The infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The colony war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
I really hope this is just a phase.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
Dad wanted me to apply for the administration track at school, but I'm going to be a xenobiologist. It's science division or nothing.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away. accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as...
I was a strong supporter of the armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against me.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate your exam.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
New targets active.
We are hit. Damage sustained. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2. New targets active.
Target defeated. Calculating intercept vectors. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active.
Target defeated. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations. provide sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers. Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep your best run.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some... so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did? I like the fire, applicant. Let's get into it. So, looking at the data, checked out a few of the murals. Good. A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? All right, clear Tier 3. We try to set a high bar, so that's no small feat. Nice work.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only 10 years service. Better than your average lab rat or diplomat, but pretty standard for folks going out into combat.
10 years might seem like a long time, but it's worth the climb if you wish to become a citizen.
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provision. So, you want to make this official?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their...
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed? You're not in the Freestar Collective here. Vanguard keeps its work above board. You want in, you have to do the same as... Fantastic.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it! Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, Constellation's shining star of stars. Oh, you are definitely the brightest, biggest star in any constellation. There's no maybes about it. I have an eye for these things. Not that you're hard to see with that halo on your head. Although at first, I wasn't sure if it was just the glare. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, but I changed my routine for one day. I know, right? And you can try to fight destiny, but you probably aren't going to win. Although, if I'm being honest, I'd wager you could beat just about anything, even theoretical Either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I... What am I saying? You're... Good point. I'll start working on it. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in trade. If not, you won't be... What is it? Let me guess. You're going to save the world. Yes, my liege. Whatever... Oh, don't worry. My love for you is completely... romantic? Oh, God, no. Well, for one, your triumph on Vectera was all over the news. But I believe that's only the beginning. The first chapter. It's only a matter of time before they start writing it. I'll be counting the seconds until they do. 1001, 1002. Well, for one, your triumph on... But I believe that's only... It's only a matter of... 1001. Until next time, there will be a next time. Won't there?
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the skies. Now, raise... The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty. Okay. Not usually the part people...
Bobby mentioned he met you. He's had quite the adventure.
They were gonna give our son to a different family.
I missed our Bobby so much.
We made it back just in time.
We barely got out of that base with our lives.
Whoa, whoa. What the heck you doing?
Hello. UC Security, stop right now! Don't be stupid. Stop now!
UC Security, you're on. I've got special orders. You're coming with me.
If there is, as always, all Galbank transactions are secure and guaranteed.
Never a dull moment in collections.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
Just passing through.
Well, you're only as safe as your equipment out there.
Hey, give that back! Pocket. Stop! Hey, give that back!
Can you stop taking things that don't belong to you?
Welcome to Outland. We deal in only the finest, most reliable gear for whatever adventures may await you. All of our products come highly recommended by individuals who have devoted their lives to distant travel. And while I've never needed them myself, I stand by everything we offer. I hope I haven't offended in some way. I'm terrible at reading people. Are you bored or confused or... So, getting back to it. I hope I haven't offended in some way. I'm terrible at reading people. Are you bored or confused or... So, getting back to it. I've never left the planet, so... please do, I hope. Be careful out there. I would never dream of selling substandard gear. Yes, by all means, have a look. I do. In this line of work, it's essential, don't you think? Not seeing people come back would not only suggest that they're not satisfied with our business, but that whatever they purchased had failed, leaving them unable to return. I would... Goodness, no, I just couldn't. You're out there millions of miles away. I can't stomach the thought. I prefer solid ground under my feet at all times. And preferably a hot, fresh coffee within reach. Can't get those in space either. See you around.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days.
Just tell me how many zeros I need to add to the offer. UC and her damn regulations.
UC citizens only.
Ah, I think I understand. And the cost to put me down as a citizen would be what exactly?
Sir, bribery is a crime in the colonies. Looking to buy? Zora should be able to help you.
Welcome to Feeling Realty. I'm Zora. What brings you in today? Looking to settle? I don't blame you. I'm here if you have any more questions, or... Okay, let me... Oh... I'm sorry, but you're not... If you take the exciting... As I've mentioned... Oh, don't I wish. But you best believe I'm keeping an eye on the situation. Stop by anytime.
Pickpocket! Stop! Stop!
Enjoy your time in New Atlantis.
Pickpocketing is a crime. Or have you forgotten?
All I want to do is give the United Colonies my money. Why do they need to make that so challenging?
All sorted? Do you swear to protect and to up... Then let me be the first to... Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is... comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a vanguard. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you? That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
that jump looked painful. Not doing that. I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat. Ah, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Kill for a cup of coffee, right about now. You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Security scanners, chemical sniffers. The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
She managed to limp back here at all. Pull it for leeches, get it fixed up, and let her know we'll have it ready as soon as we can.
Yes, sir.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herat, pleasure to be working with you. It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one comms repair suite. In addition to the standard issue welcome kit all probationary pilots get for their first mission. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts, all the essentials in case of any surprises up there. My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. Won't even know they were there. So, paying a visit to the people of scenic Tau Ceti 2. Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come home safe. Any questions before you head out? Then I won't keep you. Make us look good out there.
Fun. Now what?
Any news to share?
Hey there, how's it going? What's the good word, Chief? Bye now.
Hey, this really isn't a good place for civilians to be hanging around.
There's something I can help you with? There's something I can help you with? There's something I can help... Yeah... I can't really just let you in there. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. All right, look, don't tell anyone I did this for you. I could lose my job over it. If anyone asks, I had nothing to do with this. You got it? 1 second. All right, make it quick, will you?
People joke.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Howdy. I really love this place. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
Sarah Morgan! You know, I was just mentioning you to someone. Hey there, new guy. Good to see you again. Oh, no way. I probably don't want to know what you did to get this, right? I mean, I want to... You really do love your... You are joking. Well, look, I can assure this will all be worth it in the end. On top of that, you get free drinks. Not like unlimited free drinks, but you want a little pick-me-up now and then? I got you covered. I need some time to work on what comes next. But this was the difficult part, I think. Really? Thank you so much. You're in the right... Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
Hi, how are you? Yes?
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
Yes?
Hello.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Huh. Well, isn't this a pleasant... I hadn't expected to run into you again. I don't mean to be rude, but the sooner I can analyze that data, the better. You do recall that this is something of a time-sensitive matter, don't you? Just take your time. I don't mean to be rude, but the sooner I can analyze that data, the better. You do recall that this is something of a time-sensitive matter, don't you? Just take your time. I don't mean to be rude, but the sooner I can analyze that data, the better. You do recall that this is something of a time-sensitive matter, don't you? Just take your time. Yes, well, I had good reason to be distressed. You had already helped me establish that there is something unprecedented going on with this tree. Now my superiors have been made aware. There is growing concern. Oh my, a bit of an unintentional pun, isn't that? Well, concern that things are going to get worse. The data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations coming from this tree are increasing in strength and frequency. Because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have absolutely no idea what the upper limit is. We don't know when or even if this will stop. It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but given time... I am attempting to formulate one, yes. But until there is data regarding other, younger members of the species. Unfortunately, there are... What? No, that is ridiculous. I am a professional. One of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio Hadek, has research I believe could be vital to my work here. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far he's refused to turn it over to me. I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be more inclined. He's held a grudge against me for years. It's petty, really. I'm sure he thinks that doing this now will hold back my career. He wouldn't listen when I tried to explain this isn't about me. There are bigger... Oh, thank you. Last I knew, he was on a field... perhaps...
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
You have a nice day now.
Of all the assignments they could have given me.
Don't make me an accessory to your crimes.
I tried to tell my colleagues that botany was important. I tried to warn them.
I hope you have the data. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to go on. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to... And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure Emilio didn't double-cross me. But you have once again come through for me. I'm truly hoping that this is the last piece I need to figure out what we can do. That is hardly reassuring. It is, in fact, the exact opposite. Thank you for your assistance.
As you enter the city,
If you're in the market for artwork,
Hey,
I'm
you
sure
got a problem with me? Just say it. I don't want any of this passive aggressive crap.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Happy to make a deal. You need stuff, I need credits. It all works out. All this stuff is legit. Promise. A lot of people will tell you it's the worst. One step above being homeless. They'll whine about how folks topside have it so much better. Me? I like it. It's more real down here. But hey... Absolutely. Hey, take it easy.
I know your type. The freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
No lawyering, okay? I don't have the patience for it. Can't say I'll have what you need, but you're welcome to look. You see something you like, just... Stay safe out there.
Don't mind me. Just a weary man, resting his feet.
Hey, my guns could use a bit of work too.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
I don't know why UC Security bothers with an office down here when they're clearly not interested in helping these people at all.
All day for security in the well.
One of those spacers? Oh, scum of the
Something I can help you with?
Robbing, stealing, killing. Even the Crimson Fleet don't trust them.
Can't take it!
I didn't sign on for these kind of illegal shenanigans.
Keep it moving.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in
Everyone's
whenever
welcome,
you'd
so long
like.
as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here.
UC Security! Get back here!
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here. No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. She had one rule. No causing trouble. Everyone abided by it. Put their differences aside when they came through the door. After a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits to stay afloat. If folks are willing to pay a little to have someplace to feel safe and get a decent meal, no real menus to speak of.
Do you know why this place has stood for so long? I make sure everyone's comfy. I tell it like it is.
think Deimos Star Yards would hire me? What am I saying? Of course they would. I'm the best. I'm not gonna be stuck in this place for long. I'm working on it. Taking the UC Vanguard exams. Saving up for my own ship. It's just taking... Damn, hotshot. What are you doing down here, then? This is the last place I'd be. You want food? Go to Case. You want an addict? You want to feel empty inside? Seriously, though. This place is half... Only because they're all a bunch of quitters. I got plans. I gotta... Later.
Mess with me and I'll serve you my famous knuckle sandwich. Scared, aren't ya? Best watch your pockets around me. Just saying.
Sure makes a great steak.
Yeah, well, newsflash. In fact, I dislike you with... What do you say we go 10 rounds? Yeah, well, luckily for you, I actually heard... Doc says... Yeah, we'll take a rain check. But once my... What do you want to know? You do have a bit of a rebel, but maybe that's exactly what you want me to think. Besides, I'm not gonna reveal my operation to some nobody. Not yet. Are you kidding? Take a look around. Your only good thing down here is Kay's house. Best cook. But I can't even go there anymore because Kay banned me for bad behavior. Oh, thank God. I was sick of hearing your voice.
You won't find anything at Enric's. That place is where good selection goes to die.
Oh, thank God. I was sick of hearing your voice.
Jake's is a good place to meet contacts. It's got the right amount of booze and the right amount of...
I've got limited resources, but I try not to turn anyone away just because they're light on credits. I hope that was worth the risk. We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Funny story about that. You know, when people first arrived on Jemison, they dismantled the colony ship and used the parts to establish a place to live. Over time, they built out, and up, and up, and after long enough, they started to... The walls and the ceiling have changed, but this place still uses equipment from that old ship. And it's here because not everyone in New Atlantis can afford Reliant Medical. Well, that's what I'm here for. I've seen so much worse than this. Can get... We'll do some cleaning, a bit of All right, you should be fine.
About a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming.
New Atlantis security! Stop!
There are always about a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming. Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry. I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here. So I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. Co-worker of mine on this assignment with me. Clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need is very technical. I can talk you through it remotely. I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place.
Ah, this is the moment I've been waiting for. The amazing, colossal backside of water. Personally, I like to call it OH2.
That's why I thought the puddle.
That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh, wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry.
Security. Suspect has been neutralized. I used to be an actuary. Now look at me.
Free pieces of advice. 1, you better have a weapon on you. 2, don't even think about you buying. What's it gonna be? First of all, I didn't. Second, don't blow smoke up my ass. Down here, like that's somehow different from other. What are you? A structural engineer? I know full well what down here is. Well, bye. Keep that back!
Did I scare you? I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Coe when I grow up.
Oh, wow! That watch is super cool.
junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so may be a little harder to see. That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right?
definitely know your way around the lock. Gonna bury you. Not gonna last much longer. My friend, is how we do things on Jemison.
You should be near the next junction box. And if those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine. Another switch flipped, another lead to follow. Then the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority.
Evening,
okay,
sir.
just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet.
Even in the well, the Trade Authority continues to flourish. Oh,
The Trade
makes you
Authority has
sick,
access to
doesn't it?
no one.
Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of field attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back, and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down. Wow, you got it. Really well done. You saved me like a week of work. Why didn't you meet me at the monitoring station, near where we met?
What's with the staring? You need something?
Not sure if those maroon zealots will be.
Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Right, sure. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. Unfortunately, The source is exactly where I was afraid it was. So that's something that I'll need to deal with. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain, but if not... So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but so... I have to go in there, but I really, really don't want to. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think.
How you liking that laser gun?
A visit from Mast. How delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all you little worker drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back. If you're here to make unfounded allegations, it seems you'll have to get in line.
This was pretty low on the list of things I wanted to do today. Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what.
Don't worry. Whatever happens, we're prepared to handle the situation.
I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? That's dramatic, but reassuring, I guess.
Well, Miss Reyes, I apologize for not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I'd do a little more research before casting aspersions. Someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and I've been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box?
I help out Henry from time to time. Not very often these days.
If you got anything valuable here.
Hey.
Hey there. You should be getting close.
Hello? Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're
going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay?
I appreciate that you've listened to reason. The junction box should be just nearby. We'll have this solved in short order.
We have these jetpacks for Jemison.
Hey there. You should be getting close.
Hello? Is this functional? I insist that you provide updates for any suspicious activity. Is that clear?
That's it.
Next
thanks.
time, use
Just
your
take a look
jetpack.
here. Okay. You're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay? Thank you for trusting that a lifelong employee of MASK knows what she's talking about. And that was indeed the correct junction box. See that, Zoe?
Yes, fine. Let's move on. Oh, please.
Okay, just making sure you saw it. So, now things get interesting. I can't find the next spot on any of my current diagrams. I'm sure you can handle whatever challenge might be associated with reaching the box. You're doing great.
And I can begrudgingly confirm that she's reading them correctly. We've reached the conclusion that it must be somewhere on the surface, outside the well. Miss Reyes has suggested that this means it's somehow no longer her responsibility. I frankly don't care. I want to find this person.
And here's where I begrudgingly agree with Zoe. It's not technically my problem at this point, but I want to see where this trail leads. If you head topside, I'll pull the diagrams we'll need and contact you.
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs, but I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Need something but don't have a lot of time? Thanks for stopping by. What brings you in? No problem. Have a good one.
Easy money.
run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers. Killing vultures, picking away.
Do you have something for me?
You'll find them scouring through old labs and facilities, taking whatever's not nailed down.
To think about. Don't worry, I'll make sure Do you have? I'm glad you made the right decision. I'll look this over and make sure that Mast gets just. The Trade Authority will not.
I thought we were a team.
Oh my. Someone was attempting to hack Galbank? And at a glance, it appears they may have had some success. This will make for some entertaining late-night reading. Well, Miss Reyes, it's been such a pleasure having you here. I'll be sure and pass along my compliments.
See those ads for
Hey there.
Thanks for all that work. You can give me what you found now. So you tracked it down. Great. I'm not stupid. I know Zoe probably made you, and I'm really glad we got the... So, looks like maybe someone thought they could hack into Galbank's system. In fact, looks like maybe they did. Still want to claim you had nothing to do with this, Zoe?
My dear, why in the world would I want to break the law? And Galbank, no less. I do quite enough business with them as it is.
All right. Well, I'll have some people look over this. Maybe they'll be in touch.
I very much doubt that.
See you around.